You must be wondering why I'm doing the videos in a rather strange fashion. Well, it's because of the corona. I'm doing a lot of these videos, the next few videos, as a self-videoing exercise. So I hope you will bear with me. I hope the quality will be as good, and at least it'll teach me to look at the camera, and I hope I will be able to smile. These are grim times, but we continue to work, and some of our staff are still coming in to water the plants on a rota basis, but I continue to work on my trees. And as you all know, I have a lot of customers' trees that come to me for working. And this is a very large pine. I think this one is probably Zuisho. It's certainly one of the very small needle, 5 needle pines. It's one of these what we call Yatsubusa types. And because it's such a spectacular tree, I will show you what we will do. None of the branches are wired. In fact, they have never been wired ever since I imported this tree. This tree was imported probably in the year 2003. So it's been in this country at least 16 or 17 years. And again, they belong to my very loyal customer. A huge tree, as you can see, absolutely massive. But I'm going to show you how I prune this tree, because when it comes to pruning pines, a lot of people don't understand how pines are pruned. I will begin by wearing my glove. And on one of my other videos, I was doing a tanuki the other day, and I happened to cut my finger very badly. You can see I nearly sliced the tip of my right forefinger off, and fortunately I put the flesh back and I compressed it, so it's well on the mend. This was only about 3 days ago. I didn't have to go to the hospital because I should have had it stitched, but there you are. And I'm now going to wear a glove on my right hand. And I will also be very careful how I prune. It's very hard to use a gloved hand to hold the branches. I will now work very closely, if you don't mind, and I will bring the camera close to show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to bring the camera close to show you the size of the needles. These needles are really minuscule, almost the size of a picea. But you can see the new candles are beginning to appear. This is the 3rd week of March, and already it's spring, and it's been kept in this unheated tunnel right through the winter. And it's a magnificent tree with a very long, what we call a coat hanger branch. And I've taken out a few dead twigs and branches, but the overall effect is still very, very nice. And the overall shape is nice. So I'm only going to prune to shape. These long straggly bits which are breaking the outline, I will take off. And apart from that, it doesn't need a lot of work. What I'm going to show you is how I deal with some of these long straggly shoots. So let's look at a shoot like this. Where you have so many little twiglets, it is quite safe, if the branch is too long, to cut it back to a point where there are more live shoots. So let us look at this one. So a branch like this, because there are live shoots behind there, I can cut that off. And this one, for instance, I can cut it off over there. So that one because there are some live shoots there. I can cut it there. I'm trying to film and cut at the same time. You see, as long as you leave some live buds, it's okay to cut that. So I will just go all over the tree and do that. See, like that one, there's a live shoot there, so I can cut that off. So all I have to do is go right through the tree and remove it. Now you must be wondering, what should I do with these candles which are beginning to appear? You will see that there are lots of very healthy candles coming. Candles are these little buds. You can see on this one. That one there, that's the candle. So I usually wait for it to get a bit long and take it off. That's how you'd normally deal with candles, because that is the standard way of keeping a tree to the size you want. But because there are literally, I would say, several hundred new shoots, there won't be time to literally take every candle off. So what I would do is to just take the excess shoots off, like that one. Take that off. If I think that's too much over there, I'll take that off. I hope this gives you some ideas to what I'm trying to achieve. I think I may need to get one of my colleagues to film it, because this may not be working so well. So let me try videoing it this way. What I'm trying to show you is, when you get such a lot of twiggy growth on these pines, what should you prune? So again, let me reinforce what I've taught you before. When you prune any evergreen, you have to leave some green to act as what is called the sap pullers. So this shoot, for instance, if I want to prune that shoot, I can prune it there. I can prune it there because there is still a lot of other green shoots there. So I was telling you that what I'm going to do, because it's such a dense pine, I'm just going to again trim the outline off, because if you don't do that, it will lose the shape. And in case you think I'm just trimming willy-nilly, I am not. If I just show you on the piece that I've already pruned, with all evergreens, especially pines, as long as you trim and leave some green shoots, it will bud back. If you look closely at this one, you see how closely these buds develop. So if you do that, these will grow. But if you trim it over there, this shoot will die there. So supposing that was a shoot, if I trimmed it there, the whole of the shoot would die. So you always got to leave some green on the tip to make it continue growing. So that one, if I want to take that off, I can take it off over here because there's a green shoot there. So this is what I'm going to do all around. Leave a bit of green shoot and take the other bit off. So that is how I would deal with these pines. So no big deal. I'm not waiting for the candles to grow up. So I'm just pruning the tip and leaving some green. So you just got to go methodically all over the tree and do that, and it will keep in good condition. So look at this long shoot. If you look at this long shoot, there's such a lot of green. I can easily do this because there's green there, that will grow. If I do this even, there's another shoot there, I can do this. On this shoot, because it's there, if I leave this bit, this is all right, so that will grow. And if I want to go further back, I can do this, because there's a green shoot, that will grow. So this is the way to approach pines of this nature. In fact, all pines, whether it's a Scots pine, Japanese 5-needle pine, this is how you would approach the pruning of these pines. And this is all that we've done over the years to this pine. You will get some odd little bit of dieback, but this is because it doesn't get light. So light is the overriding principle for most trees, not just pines, but all deciduous trees as well. Where it doesn't get light, you get the odd shoot dying. But as long as it gets light inside, then it will continue to grow. So this pine will continue to grow and have this very lovely shape, and you don't have to do very much to it. But this, I must say, is a very rare form of Japanese white pine with the very small needles, and it's not a grafted tree, it's on its own roots. There you go.